Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech. So we're going to kick it off in a second here with Akane-Banashi. Before that, I just want to preface this video by saying, if you've enjoyed my content, or if you like my content, please do consider commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. Because this year I want to get more consistent with the videos I'm making and outputting, and hopefully with that try to grow my channel a little bit. So if you want to help me by helping me promote my videos to the YouTube algorithm by pressing those buttons, liking, commenting, subscribing, that would really help me out a lot, and I would really love it and would greatly appreciate it if you would like to do that. So yeah, really would appreciate that. Without further ado though, let us get into it with Akane-Banashi, Story 38, Manners and Etiquette. And we pick up where we left off with Koguma going, was Akane here? It's like, yes, she just left. It's like, I see. And Shiguma's like, was it Akane you were hoping to speak to me about? He's like, no, it's actually about Guriko. But I've heard some strange rumors recently about Akane too. Plot twist! Well, of course, sorry, credits, story by Yuki Suenaga, art by Takamasa Moe, with translation by Stephen Paul, lettering by Snir Iran, and Rakugo supervision by Keiki Hayashiya. And you see Akane back at Yasaka Teya. She's rolling out the mat for the glasses Sunuchi, and she goes, if I line it up with this knot in the wood, that's exactly 80 centimeters between the mic and the cushion. And she goes, it's all ready for you, sir. It's like, thank you. And you see his name is Hasho Subakiya. And he goes, as it happens, education standards in the old days are very different from how they are now. There was no compulsory education back then. In fact, many people were illiterate. Hey, Sadakichi! And Akane's like, today's story must be... It's like, I hate to bother you while you're busy, but could you deliver this letter for me? It's like, Hirabayashi. And you see, Hirabayashi is... Sadakichi is given the task of delivering a letter to someone named Hirabayashi. Unfortunately, Sadakichi is forgetful and can't read kanji. When he asks for a passerby for help reading the name, it's like, you want to know how to read this? Oh, I can tell you. You see, these characters say, Mr. Hirarin. Oh, now I get it. Thank you for your help. Hirarin. And you see him just singing the name along. It's like it's a Zenza-Banashi that revolves around a mistaken reading of a name. The crowd isn't really laughing, but they are smiling. And the source of this warm, pleasant atmosphere is Master Hasho's gentle way of speaking, which is engulfing the entire hall. Again, I love this panel. We have him just cupping the hall in his fingers as he's looming over it. Exceptional. I always love it when they do effects like that. And you see Akane smiling as she goes, after Karashi's warning, I decided to split up the stories I know by type. Phrases. A story that features a crisp and memorable repeated phrase. Faking knowledge. A story revolving around a person pretending to know something. Parroting. A story where the character tries to copy someone else and fails. Free-for-alls. Stories with many characters, usually set at a party or in a public row house. Ideally, I should learn a Zenza-Banashi outside of these four categories. And now, Hirabayashi belongs to the illiterate category. It's a story that starts with a character who can't read, meaning it's a Zenza-Banashi I can't perform yet. And he's so good at it with his particular style. And best of all, as he comes back into the back room, Akane bows and goes, wonderful job, sir. He's like, you remembered. The space between the mic and the cushion was perfect. Thank you. It helped me deliver a very good performance. And she's like, shucks, it was nothing. It's like, he's so nice. It's like, it's also important whom you learn a story from. And if I'm going to learn it, it's like, Master Hasho, that Hirabayashi story that you just performed, could you teach me how to do it too? And he gently smiles and goes, I respectfully decline. She's like, huh? It's like, first, have you spoken to your master about the idea of learning that story from me? She's like, no. It's like, these stories are the Rakugoka's tools of the trade. There are manners and etiquette involved in learning them. You should learn those lessons first, from your master and your Anya apprentices. And then you should learn the story from a different master, not me. He's like, but I was hoping you would. And you see, as his eyes kind of get more piercing, it's like that wrinkle you created on Sango Jigo the other day. That wasn't done in order to make the story more entertaining, was it? Those who come before guide those who come after. I do desire to be of help to the younger generation, but whatever your reasons for doing that, As someone who has taken great pride in mastering his own craft, I do not wish to pass on that craft to someone who would pull a stunt like that. And you see later as Akane's pouring tea, she's looking kind of like despondent about this. Like, I know that what Master Hasho's referring to. How I used Rakugo in order to get back at Rien. Rokuro Anisan said the same thing to me. He's like, I can't let this bad impression last. The only way to make up for my mistake on stage is to get back on stage. And you see Tate Senza Ryoji Hakate is, no, you're not going to have any openings over these 10 days. And Kane's like, what? Why not? And you see these guys looking super anxious, like, because. So you had a fight with Rien Anisan, didn't you? Everyone's talking about it. There are already more than a few who resented you for the stir you caused before joining your school. If I use you now, Rien Anisan is going to make me his next target. To say nothing about the fact that no Futatsume will want to go on after you've ruined the stage for them. It's like, ugh! It's like, just thinking about it makes my stomach hurt. Pain, misery, agony. You think less of me, don't you? But the truth is, I'm not brave enough to suffer these risks for someone else. Give me a second to talk. It's like, brave enough to suffer these risks for someone else. It's like, you should assume you're not getting a chance with me. Khan is like, not only am I not learning a new story, I'm not even getting a chance to perform. And if this keeps happening, oh crap, what should I do? How do I fix this? And you hear, what's up? So was it Kokoro? Oh no, Rokuro comes by and Leon's extra is like, you look really pale. Are you feeling sick to your stomach? Nakane's like, huh? Rokurani-san? Why are you here? You're not performing today, are you? It's like, I had something to show Master Hasho. He's like, what? It's like this. It's a flyer for a show I'm putting on. And you see Roko Maikai, Neta Oroshi event with Rokuro Kashiwaya with guest Hasho Subakiya. It's like, I don't suppose you would have stuck around after he finished. Well, bye. It's like, wait. It's like, do you have a Zenza for this event? It's like, no, we don't. It's like, in that case, will you allow me to be the Zenza? And he's silent for a moment where he smirks and goes, all right, that sounds fun. But be aware that the Roku Maikai is a Neto Oroshi event. That means each participant is performing their particular story for the very first time. And you see as the... And you see that the phone is ringing, and then Anxious Bro picks it up. He's like, hello, Yasakate? He's like, what did you just... my stomach! And you see MILF Rakugoka lady going, you heard there was going to be a substitution, right? I'll take over as the closer for tomorrow night. Got that? Oh, is this who Akane's going to learn from? I feel like that's who she's going to learn from. So not a lot to go over with this chapter, but I think this one was a little bit more focused as we're now kind of getting into the politics of Rakugo and, like, you know, the whole, like, interclass, like, conflicts and wars and stuff like that. Like, yeah. So it's interesting, like, again, learning that, you know, even Rakugoka's not kind of, like, free from, like, you know, workplace politics, so to speak, and how even, you know, a guy that looks, has such a pleasant demeanor as even the Rakugoka guy that has a pleasant demeanor kind of has, you know, a calculating side to him as well. But again, like, given what we know with what Isho's been telling her, like everything else we've learned, it kind of makes sense that, you know, there would be kind of like these interpersonal conflicts and like politics and stuff like that, given how demanding and niche Rakugo is. It makes sense that, you know, you're going to have to try to do whatever you can to try to bolster your chances to be able to perform. And a single bad word leading to, you know, reputation being ruined absolutely is kind of like the death knell for Rakugoka. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, who the rebels are and like what all the interpersonal relationships are. But yeah, I'm really hoping that this setup is for Akane learning from the frigid looking MILF, but we shall see what's going on with that. So like I mentioned at the beginning, if you like my content, if you enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Look forward to me getting around to doing weekly reaction reviews for this series starting next week. But yeah, Until then, this is Ash. I will talk to you all later.